if you have trouble sleeping, watch this video till the end. I'll be doing with you at the normal speed, and I'll be guiding you through it. And trust me, this works even when I have to get up at 3 a.m. and then I find myself sleepy and ready for sleep. So let's go ahead, and you can start standing, or you can also do this seated. It doesn't really matter. So you could be sitting on the edge of the bed, or you could be standing. If you're standing, keep your knees slightly wider than shoulders and a little bit bent, so you can just bounce easily. Nothing is stiff. We're trying to be as relaxed as possible, and the breath just flows. So we don't force the breath. We don't force it slower or deeper. We just breathe the way that the body is choosing to, okay? So first of all, we're going to bring our arms out and up and down the front of the body. So doing this a couple of times. And so if you're seated, you're going all the way up. And you exhale with your mouth as your hands go down. So it's almost like you are gathering all that energy up in your hands and moving it down the body. And as you take that energy down, imagine all your mental energy clearing out. So bringing the energy from the mind into the body, into the feet. And so standing, it's the same, doesn't really matter. So you choose. And you can exhale stronger and stronger to really get the energy down. And then when you're here, you can start to bounce on the balls of your feet. So again, sending all of that energy down into your heels, into the ground, as if you want to get rid of any excess energy. So normal standing position, just keep your posture aligned. The ears are above the shoulders, are above the hips, are above the heels. And then from here, you can place your hands on the front of the thigh. We're going to inhale with a straight back, and you can bend your knees. We're going to slide the hands down. Keep sliding so that your back is parallel to the floor. And then you're going to squeeze your kneecaps in, and you will feel that stretch in the back of the legs and the hamstrings. So when you do that, you are actually helping the liver meridian to relax, which will also help you relax. And so let's do this again. Inhale, slide, keep the knees locked in, keep the back straight, parallel to the ground, and you can look at the ground. Now, if this is difficult, you can use the bed for support. So if I'm here, I can do this and have my hands like that, just resting my hands and lengthening the legs, lengthening the back, staying here for a few breaths. You could also rest your head on your hands. So it depends on how tall you are. And then from here, you can sit on the edge of the bed or even on the floor if you're kneeling. But I'll show you like this, it's much easier. And we're going to do a side stretch, because very often when we had a meal before eating, and you should wait at least 4 hours before going to bed after your dinner, it's very possible that you have food being digested and taking up space and wanting to move. Sometimes there's air that needs to move, there's air that's trapped, and that can actually keep you from having a peaceful sleep. And so we're going to make sure that everything is clear and open so that the food can move better. And so we're going to stay in a side stretch for a couple of breaths. And as you can see, I'm pushing with the other hand down, whether it's on the floor or on the bed, so that I'm really lengthening my spine, I'm lengthening my upper body, and I can give a full stretch, as opposed to if I'm just here like that with lazy hands. Now, we're pushing and we're reaching. And then when you're breathing here, I want you to breathe into your chest and into the sides of the body. So imagining this entire line growing with every inhale. And again, exhaling through the mouth. And you can look down at your hand, or just look wherever is easier on your neck. So usually it's somewhere between here and here. So it's like on the floor, away from the body. Very nice. And then come back to center and do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to place the hand, push, create some resistance. Bring the other hand up as if you want to touch the ceiling, and we're going to go to the side. Relax the head and breathe deeply, deeply into the chest, into the ribs, into the side of the body, and very natural. If you find yourself burping here, that's a great sign. Because very often, like I said, we get trapped air and it makes it very uncomfortable, and you can be tossing and turning and you don't know why. So now you know why. And gently come up and release. And now if you feel any tension in your shoulders, you can bring the shoulders up on the inhale. Exhale, bring the shoulders down. And then a little bonus, you can also tap your feet together. This can be done sitting or lying down. It also helps to get the blood flow into your feet. And technically, if you have so much mental energy, chances are your feet are not receiving enough blood or chi. And so doing this helps balance, and then you can go to bed. Now, I want to show you one last thing that really helps me. And this is something that I actually discovered quite lately, because there were times when I tried all of the previous, but still there was something in the way. So we're going to do a very quick lymphatic drainage massage. And you can use, honestly, your hand, but it won't be strong enough. But you can still do that if you have nothing. I recommend using a gua sha if you have one, but you can also use the handle of a brush if it's round enough. Okay, so that it's safe, it doesn't hurt you. Or worst case, anything that is kind of round and flat. So if you have smooth stones at home, some people like to collect them like I do. If not, even just eyeshadow can work. Anything that's just like kind of nice to feel. Because what we're going to do is we're going to massage 3 key areas that tend to hold tension, or where the lymph fluids might be stuck. So that would also prevent you from relaxing. So the first thing we do is the armpits. And so bring your hand up and then use your tool, and we'll just go up and down. So I'm going to try all of my tools just to show you that it all really works. Of course, my favorite is the gua sha because it's made for the body. Just going up and down. But if you have nothing, you can just make your fist into like a closed fist and use your knuckles. And then we can do the other side. But this kind of hurts, honestly. Like, I prefer this. But when I have nothing, I do use my hands. So. And then we're going to do the palms of the hands. So you can extend your palm in front of you. And again, it's just back and front. And then while we're here, we're going to pull on our fingers to open the meridians. This helps your energetic channels to open up, to let things flow, especially to let things flow out of the body. And when I say things, I also mean stress, tension, overthinking, just creating a way out for all of these things. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull on every finger. I like to do with my middle and ring finger together, where I just squeeze my finger and then pull. And then same thing on the index and pull. On the middle, pull, ring, pull, pinky, pull. However, on the pinky, we're going to go one more time. So we were pulling in this direction, right? Like with the finger. Now we're going to go with the sides. So we do the sides of the finger. There. Easy. Honestly, there's no wrong way of doing this. As long as your intention is to pull on your finger, you're doing fine. So mine makes a sound because I'm pressing quite hard. Okay, now we're going to stand up and we're going to go around the hip bones. So first, locate your hip bone, the beginning of it and like the end of it, and then the sides. So we have the side that's very close to my belly button, which is here, pretty close. Then you have the other side, which is on the side. We're going to massage both of these sides. So we do the outside, and you follow the axis, you follow the line of the bone. So it's kind of a diagonal. You'll know what I mean. And if you don't, just ask in the comments. And then we go on the inside. It might tickle, it might feel weird, or it might just feel like a release, or even all of the above. Then we do the other side, and I'll show you with another tool as well. So let's do the outside. You can also do this lying down. And the inside. And you'll find that you always have one part that is just a bit more ticklish. Now, another move I like to do is just pressing from the center line. So this is my center line, where my belly button is, and I just press outwards. More like a sliding, really, but sliding with pressure. And you can even go up to where your ribs are and do that on the ribs. All right, now the last part. We're going to take our feet and we're going to do the same thing that we did with the fingers. We're going to pull the toes. So you can go much more gentle here. We're going to go on the thumb from the sides and from the front and back. Okay, so we really press on all directions, and then we simply pull the other toes. Again, we're opening the meridian. So here we're opening for the spleen, the liver, the stomach, the kidney, the bladder, and the gallbladder. And then on the other side. And so when we open meridians, we really create this like exit for anything that has been stuck in the body. It can also be emotions, and that usually helps us to sleep better. You can also massage your feet while you're here. And you can even use the gua sha on your feet. So I'm basically doing this. And on the other side too. So now all the lymph fluid is moving and I can feel it. So if you just take time, you can just close your eyes and just notice, just observe what's happening in the body. Noticing any sensations, any movement. Right now I feel very active in my feet, in my palms. And also notice if anything has shifted. So for example, I can feel that there is more movement in my body, but I'm also a lot more relaxed. And I'm breathing deeper. I feel more open. And if I were to lie down now, it would probably feel very good and easy to fall asleep. So I wish you a very pleasant night. And if you have any questions, any comments, please leave below. Thank you.